Hey everybody, welcome to Behind the Beat. My name is Chris Langen. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Today's drum lesson is going to be on hi-hat permutations. For those of you unfamiliar with permutations, well, to permutate means to change the order or arrangement of something. So what we're going to be doing is changing the order or arrangement of our hi-hat. All right? This is a very good technique to help people that might be in that situation where you're kind of new to the drums and you're playing, you've got some beats, but, you know, it seems like your hi-hat hand wants to follow either your bass drum or your snare drum. You know, it happens. What this does is basically sets us up to be able to play our hi-hat in any position within a bar. All right, we're going to be using 16th notes and quarter notes, 16th notes, and 8th notes today to kind of put us in position to play every single one of those, regardless of what our left hand and right foot are doing. All right, so today we're just going to work on going through, let's see, probably just 1E and 2E and some 8th notes. You'll see what I mean. So, let's start off by just playing our basic quarter note rock beat. All right? Throughout this process, our left hand is going to play the snare on 2 and 4. Our right foot is going to play the bass drum on 1 and 3. That's never going to change. Our right hand is going to be changing, though. We're going to be permutating that. So let me show you what I mean. Here's our first example. We're going to play a quarter note rock beat. So hi-hat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple enough. I'm sure most of you can do that. All right. So now time to permutate this hi-hat. So let's go to our very first position, which is going to be the E of 1. We're going to play only the E's. So 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. Meanwhile, 1 and 3 on the bass drum, 2 and 4 on the snare. Keep in mind, I'm using a metronome here. We're at 80 beats per minute. If this is too fast for you guys, slow it down. But at least this way you'll know what the process is. Here we go. Hi-hat on the E's. One E, 2E, 3E, 4E. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. Okay, awesome. Our next permutation in line is going to be the and of 1. So this is going to be all the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Here we go. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next in line, the 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and Here's how this one sounds. And 2E and 3E and 4E and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Excellent. So we got through 1, we got through the E's, we got through the ands, and the uhs. Now, let's double it up. Since we're kind of out of just single note permutations, now we're going to double it up. So let's start back again from the beginning. Now we're going to do 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. Okay? Here we go. One E, 2E, 3E, 4E. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. Okay. Next is going to be E and. 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and. Here we go. E and, E and, E and, E and, 1 E and, 2 E and, 3 E and, 4 E and. All right. Next up, and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Here we go. One and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. All right. Last for this section is going to be straight eighth notes, our basic rock beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Here we go. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. Fantastic, guys. You have permutated through the ones, the E's, the ands, the uhs. You've played straight eighth notes, And within all of that, there's some pretty neat grooves. Especially, you know, like I like anda, you know, 1, anda 2, anda 3, anda 4, anda. These could work in a musical situation. All right. So now we're going to step the game up a little bit. We're going to try some 16th note combinations. All right. So the first one we're going to do is going to be 1E, 2, 3E, 4. 1E, 2, 3E, 4. Okay. It's going to sound like this. One E, 2, 3E, 4. 1E, 2, 3E, 4. All right. Next up, we're going to try 1E and, 2E and, 3E and, 4E and. 1E and, 2E. Oh. I dropped my stick. 1E and, 2E and, 3E and, 4E and. Very musical. Definitely could use this one in a band situation. Here we go. One E and, 2E and, 3E and, 4E and. 1E and, 2E and, 3E and, 4E and. 1E and, 2E and, 3E and, 4E and. All right. Next one is going to be 1 anda. Also a very useful, common pattern played on the hi-hat. 1 anda, 2 anda, 3 anda, 4 anda. Here we go. One anda, 2 anda, 3 anda, 4 anda. 1 anda, 2 anda, 3 anda, 4 anda. All right. Now, the next one we're going to do is 1 So it's going to be a dotted 8th note followed by a 16th note. This one's a little bit tricky. Take these things slow. Make sure you're counting. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Here we go. A 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. All right. Next one, 1E. This is your 16th note, 8th note, 16th note combination here. 1E, a 2E, a 3E, a 4E, a 1E, a 2E, a 3E, a 4E. Here we go. 1E, a 2E, a 3E, a 4E, a 1E, a 2E, a 3E, a 4E, a 1E, a 2E, a 3E, a 4E, a 1E, a 2E, a 3E, a 4E. All right. What do we have now? Let's see. E, 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. This one is kind of got a jumpy feel to it, so slow it down if you're having issues. You really want to be precise with this one. Here we go. E, 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 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. All right, two more, guys. Next one up is E and A. So basically, we're just resting on the quarter note. E and A, E and A, E and A, E and A. Here we go. E and A, 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 E and A. All right, we've made it to the end. One more left to do. That is straight 16th notes. 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a. So no two-hand cheating on this. If you have to slow it down, slow it down. We want all four of those hits with our right hand. 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a. Here we go. All right, guys, you have now successfully permutated the hi-hat. We've played it in just about every possible position we can. Now, keep in mind, we've been doing that with a basic, rock beat, 2 and 4 on the snare, 1 and 3 on the kick. It's a whole other story to start switching that around and play these patterns over top of that. So I'm going to do a lesson in the future using these permutated hi-hat rhythms and switch up what I'm doing with the bass drum and snare drum because it's a lot more advanced. It's a lot more difficult to keep everything going, and not having one limb affect the other. So practice these. Get these under control, and check back in the future, and we'll do another lesson on hi-hat permutation with some more advanced beats underneath it. All right, guys, I hope this has been helpful. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out some of the other lessons we have here. I also have drum covers, gear reviews, things like that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, all of that wonderful stuff. My website is www.chrislangendrummer.com. Check that out if you'd like to sign up for private or Skype drum lessons. I also offer online drum tracking, so if you or anyone you know is in a band needs drums on your song, you can contact me. Send me over the tracks. I could lay some professional drum tracks to that and have your song on its way. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, see you at the next lesson.